Legs aren't just muscles. They're your foundation of freedom. When I was 45, I got a call from an old friend. Let's call him Mike. We hadn't spoken in a while, but when I picked up, I knew from his voice something wasn't right. He sounded embarrassed, shaky, like someone who'd just had the wind knocked out of him. He said, "I fell down the stairs today, man. My kid had left a toy on the step. I stepped wrong, couldn't catch myself, and boom, straight down. My hips bruised. My shoulders banged up. But you know what scared me the most? I couldn't get up for almost 5 minutes. I just laid there." That conversation stuck with me. Not because he fell. We all stumble. But because in that moment, alone on the ground, Mike realized he wasn't strong anymore. Not where it counted. He'd spent his life building a business, paying for his kids' education, working 10-hour days, shaking hands and making deals. But somewhere along the way, his body had become a stranger to him. His legs, once powerful, mobile, athletic, had withered into liabilities. And Sep, let me tell you something. That's not just Mike's story. That's millions of men over 40 who've forgotten that your legs aren't optional. They're everything. Let's get this straight. Leg day isn't about vanity. It's not about building tree trunks so you can show off in shorts. It's not about squatting 405 for Instagram. It's not even about chasing aesthetics anymore. It's about mobility. It's about stability. It's about never becoming dependent on a damn walker before you're even 70. If you're over 40 and you're skipping leg day, what you're really skipping is your independence. You're gambling with your ability to carry groceries, climb stairs, pick up your grandkids, walk up a hill without your knees screaming, or even just catch yourself when life makes you stumble. And if that sounds dramatic, good, because the truth should hit hard. The science doesn't lie. Your legs are the #1 predictor of longevity. Multiple peer-reviewed studies have shown that leg strength, especially after age 40, is directly linked to your risk of falling, losing bone density, cognitive decline, chronic metabolic issues, and even all-cause mortality. Yep, the weaker your legs are, the higher your chances of dying early. But let's flip that. The stronger your legs are, the longer you tend to live, move, and thrive. You ever notice how elite athletes in their 40s, 50s, and 60s always focus on their legs? Cyclists, sprinters, martial artists, even dancers? That's not coincidence. That's strategy. Now, I'm not here to fearmonger. I'm here to give you tools. Because even if you've neglected your legs for years, it's never too late to rebuild them. You just need a smart, sustainable approach. Why most guys over 40 get leg day completely wrong. Now let's address the elephant in the gym. You probably think leg day means barbell back squats till your spine compresses, or leg press machines that blow out your knees. That's the old way. That's the 25-year-old bodybuilder's game. But it doesn't work for us anymore. Not without consequences. I've trained thousands of men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Many of them ex-military, corporate CEOs, retired athletes. And the one thing I teach every single one of them? Forget the ego lifts. Train for function, not for fantasy. We're going to talk about 3 exercises today. Movements that are safe, scalable, and brutally effective. Not fancy, not flashy, but damn near magical when done consistently and correctly. These are the 3 leg exercises you need if you're over 40. They'll protect your knees, stabilize your hips, bulletproof your core, and reignite muscle growth in the places you forgot you even had muscles. And here's the kicker. They don't just make you look stronger. They make you live stronger. Before we dive in, let me ask you this. When's the last time you got up off the floor without groaning? When's the last time you ran, not walked, up the stairs? Could you carry your partner across the threshold like you promised you would? If you hesitated to answer, then this video is your wake-up call. I want you to watch every second. Not because I need the views, but because I've seen what happens when strong men grow soft. And I've also seen what happens when they decide to take it back. Real talk from a real coach. I've trained fighters. I've trained dads. I've trained men who hadn't done a squat since the Clinton administration. And the only ones who made progress were the ones who stopped negotiating with themselves. They showed up. They committed. They trusted the process. You're going to hear a lot of do this for your future self today. But honestly, Sep, do this for the man you are right now. Because he deserves to feel strong again. Now grab some water. Turn off distractions. Because we're about to rebuild your base from the ground up. Let's begin. Principle number 1. The reverse lunge. Stability, strength, and real-life power. Let me introduce you to Jack. He's 53, a regional sales manager, the kind of guy who can close a six-figure deal over coffee, but can't walk down a flight of stairs without feeling like his knees are made of glass. When Jack came to me, he said one sentence I'll never forget. "I don't want to squat heavy. I just want to walk without worrying I'll fall." And that, right there, was the moment I knew exactly where to start. We didn't jump into squats. We didn't touch a barbell. We started with the most underrated, underused, and underestimated leg movement in the entire fitness world, the reverse lunge. Why the reverse lunge is a secret weapon, especially after 40. Let's break it down. With science, with function, with real-world logic. 1. It's unilateral, and that matters now more than ever. After 40, your body no longer auto-corrects imbalances like it used to. One leg might be slightly stronger. One hip might rotate more. One knee might bear more load. Most men ignore these subtle asymmetries until they turn into chronic pain. The reverse lunge exposes those weaknesses and then begins to correct them. Unlike squats, where both legs push together, one side can silently dominate. But the reverse lunge? It forces each leg to stabilize, activate, and strengthen independently. Think of it like marriage therapy for your legs. Equal work, no freeloading. 2. It mirrors how we actually move. Contrary to popular belief, life is not a squat. Life is asymmetrical. It's chaotic. It's dynamic. You step, you pivot, you lean, you twist, you descend. Whether you're walking uphill, carrying laundry upstairs, getting out of a low car seat, or stabilizing while holding a child on one side, your body is rarely in a perfectly even stance. The reverse lunge? It trains you for that reality. 3. It's safer for your knees and lower back. Forward lunges? They're risky if you have poor ankle mobility or sloppy knee tracking. Back squats? Heavy spinal compression, especially dangerous if your core isn't strong. But the reverse lunge? It allows a natural hip hinge without overstressing joints. Better control of your range of motion. Lower impact on your knees, especially when done slowly. And here's the real beauty. SEP. They teach you control. In a reverse lunge, you don't fall into the movement. You guide it. Gravity isn't doing the work. You are. Coach's method. How to perform the perfect reverse lunge. Assuming you're training in a home or commercial gym, here's the exact protocol I give my over 40 clients. Setup. Start with just body weight or a pair of light dumbbells. Stand tall, feet hip-width apart. Brace your core like you're about to be punched in the stomach. Execution. 1. Step backward with one leg, slowly. 2. Lower your back knee until it hovers just above the ground. 3. Keep your torso upright, no leaning. 4. Push through your front foot to return to standing. 5. Switch legs and repeat. Start with 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per leg. Focus on a slow tempo, 3 seconds down. Maintain full control. Align your knee over ankle. Then you can progress to goblet reverse lunges with a kettlebell, barbell reverse lunges, deficit lunges using plates or blocks. Real story, how the reverse lunge saved a veteran's spine. Let me tell you about Carlos. He's a retired Marine. Years of carrying heavy packs destroyed his lower back. Every time he squatted, boom, lumbar flare-up, days of rest. So we pivoted. I introduced the reverse lunge. Week by week, he regained mobility. His core reactivated. But most importantly, he stopped fearing movement. This was a man who couldn't even tie his shoes without back pain. Now, he was doing walking reverse lunges across a football field. Within just 2 months, he said to me, "I didn't just rebuild my legs. I rebuilt my confidence." Common mistakes. Don't be that guy. 1. Leaning forward. If your chest tilts down, your hips and knees take the hit. Stay upright. 2. Slamming the back knee. Control the descent. No crash landings. 3. Narrow stance. Keep feet hip-width apart, even when stepping back. 4. Holding your breath. You're not a submarine. Breathe through the movement. Pro tip: core activation boost before lunges. Want to light up your abs and bulletproof your lunge form? Try this. Before each set, hold a 20-second plank. Focus on bracing your core. Then do your lunges. You'll feel the difference immediately. The connection between your core and your legs becomes unshakable. Takeaway number 1. The reverse lunge isn't just a leg exercise. It's a life exercise. It trains balance, strength, posture, a core control, fall prevention, and muscle symmetry. You don't need a gym. You don't need a squat rack. You don't need a chiropractor on speed dial. You just need your focus, your discipline, and your commitment to never be the guy who skips leg day and pays for it with every step. Principle number 2, the goblet squat, core-driven, spine-saving strength. I want to tell you about a man named Peter. Peter was 59 when he walked into my gym. He was a retired firefighter, broad shoulders, hands like bricks, and a heart of gold. But beneath that sturdy frame was a broken truth. 2 herniated discs, 1 hip replacement, and a deep fear of bending over. He said to me, "Coach, I used to run into burning buildings. Now I can't even pick up a box of tools without my back barking." That kind of pain, the kind that robs you of your ability to move without hesitation. It doesn't just attack your body. It chips away at your identity. So I told Peter, what I'll tell you now, Sep, we don't need to lift heavier. We need to lift smarter. Let's start with the goblet squat. Why the goblet squat is the spine's best friend. At first glance, it looks simple. You hold a dumbbell or kettlebell at your chest and squat down. But don't be fooled. This move is a technical masterclass in bracing your core, aligning your posture, rewiring your body to move with stability. It's what I call a foundational reset button for men over 40. Why? Because the goblet squat does 3 essential things that traditional squats fail at when your body has a few decades of mileage. 1. It teaches upright posture automatically. When you hold a kettlebell in front of your chest, your body instinctively responds by standing tall. Your spine stacks. Your core turns on. Your hips track cleanly. Compare that to a barbell back squat, which often forces compression on the spine, encourages forward lean, hides weaknesses behind brute strength. After 40, posture is no longer about looking confident. It's about moving without pain. The goblet squat aligns your body the way nature intended. Chest proud, spine neutral, weight centered. 2. It trains core strength without crunches. Here's a little secret most people don't know. The goblet squat is one of the best core builders in existence. That kettlebell you're holding, it pulls you forward. Your abs have to fight back to keep you upright. This deep, full-body tension is what we call reflexive core engagement, and it's far more functional than any sit-up could ever be. In fact, I've had clients reduce lower back pain just by doing goblet squats twice a week. No crunches, no planks, no gimmicks. 3. It protects your knees while building your legs. One of the biggest fears I hear from men over 40 is, what if I mess up my knees squatting? That's a valid concern, and that's why the goblet squat is a game changer. The front-loaded position naturally encourages proper knee tracking, reduces hip impingement, promotes smooth, deep squats without joint strain. It's especially helpful for men with past ACL injuries, meniscus tears, early-stage arthritis, or just stiff, creaky joints from a decade behind a desk. Coaches form breakdown goblet squat, done right. Let's go step by step, Sep. Just like I would teach a client on day 1. Setup. Choose a kettlebell. Start with 12 to 16 kilograms. Hold it upside down. Palms facing in, thumbs under the horns. Keep it tucked under your chin. Elbows pointing slightly down. Execution. 1. Stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width. 2. Inhale deep into your belly. 3. Brace your core like armor. 4. Slowly descend. 5. Keep your chest tall, elbows inside your knees. 6. Squat to just below parallel, if mobility allows. 7. Drive through your midfoot and heels to stand up. 8. Exhale sharply at the top. Start with 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Rest 60 to 90 seconds between. Pro tip: if your heels lift at the bottom, place them on a small weight plate. It's a game changer for ankle mobility. Real client story, rebuilding a career, 1 squat at a time. Back to Peter, the firefighter. He started with just 8 kilograms. Just body control and breathing. Within 6 weeks, we were at 20 kilograms. His back no longer felt like a ticking time bomb. He told me, "Coach, for the first time in years, I picked up my grandson off the floor and nothing popped." Now, he's squatting with perfect form, moving with confidence, and living pain-free. The goblet squat didn't just build his legs. It restored his agency, the belief that he's still in control of his own body. Common mistakes that can ruin the move. 1. Letting the elbows drift. Keep them tucked near the ribs, pointing down. 2. Collapsing the chest. Keep the weight close to your sternum, not forward. 3. Shallow squats. Aim for thighs just below parallel, unless limited by pain or mobility. 4. Letting knees cave inward. Actively push them out, especially during the descent. What the goblet squat teaches you that no machine ever will. The leg press? It isolates your quads. The Smith machine? It guides your squat path. But neither one trains you to control you. The goblet squat teaches proprioception, your body's ability to sense position, pressure, and movement. This skill is the difference between catching yourself during a slip versus falling hard, bracing during a misstep versus tweaking your spine, squatting down to garden versus calling for help. Takeaway number 2. The goblet squat is a masterclass in controlled power. It blends mobility, stability, strength, and awareness into one humble movement. No rack, no spotter, no ego, just you, a kettlebell, and the daily practice of becoming more capable, more confident, and more resilient. If you're over 40 and you're not doing goblet squats, start this week. Your spine will thank you. Your core will thank you. Your knees and your future self, they'll thank you most of all. Principle number 3, the Bulgarian split squat. Master pain, command power. There's a saying in strength coaching circles. You want to find the truth about a man's character? Watch him do Bulgarian split squats. Because this movement, it humbles egos. It exposes imbalances. It punishes laziness. And it rewards discipline like no other. This isn't just a leg exercise, Sep. This is a mental test, disguised as physical work. Why the Bulgarian split squat hits different, especially after 40. Let me introduce you to my client, Darren. Darren was a former semi-pro basketball player, now 47, working in tech. He had that classic athlete-gone sedentary body, broad up top, narrow at the base, knees that popped like bubble wrap every time he moved. He told me, "Coach, I don't know what happened. I used to jump 35 inches. Now I can't get out of a chair without bracing my hands." I assessed him. Weak glutes, lazy hamstrings, unstable knees. His entire foundation had eroded. So I pulled out the movement I reserve only for serious comebacks. The Bulgarian split squat. What makes this the hardest leg exercise ever? Let's break it down. 1. You're unstable on purpose. Unlike lunges or goblet squats, Bulgarian split squats remove your rear foot from the ground. This puts 90% of the demand on your front leg, but without any side-to-side support. Your body has to fight too. Balance. Stabilize the hip. Prevent the knee from collapsing inward. And stay upright under pressure. No machine can replicate this level of total body control. 2. You load the quads, glutes, hamstrings, and the mind. You want big legs? This is it. But if you want better posture, stronger core, a resilient nervous system that handles stress, this is also it. It builds what I call resistance capacity, your ability to grind through discomfort without losing integrity. That's the kind of strength that carries over to real life. 3. It's brutal, but joint-friendly. Here's the irony, Sep. As hard as this movement is, it's actually kinder to your joints than barbell back squats. Less spinal load, a less knee shear, better alignment for aging hips and ankles. Perfect for men over 40 who've dealt with past injuries, tight hips, back pain. As long as you control your depth, tempo, and posture, you're good to go. Form blueprint, Bulgarian split squat, done right. Let's break down the pain properly. Setup. Stand about 2 feet in front of a bench. Place your rear foot on the bench, laces down, or on toes. Keep your chest tall. Brace your core. Execution. 1. Inhale deeply. 2. Lower yourself, slowly. 3. Let your back knee gently kiss the ground. 4. Your front shin should stay vertical. 5. Drive through your front foot. 6. Stand tall. 7. Repeat for 8 to 12 reps per leg. Do 3 to 4 sets. Rest 60 to 90 seconds between. Want a challenge? Try 10 sets of 10 with just body weight. No weights, just willpower. Real client story, from dad bod to iron control. Darren struggled at first. His knees shook. His glutes gave out. His balance was a mess. So we regressed. He used TRX straps for support. He did partial range reps. We worked on ankle mobility and glute activation. Fast forward 3 months, he's doing Bulgarian split squats holding 24 kilograms kettlebells. With perfect control. More importantly, he hikes with his teenage son. He no longer fears long car rides or stiff hips. His posture? So improved. His wife asked if he'd gone to a chiropractor. Common mistakes you need to avoid. 1. Knee collapsing inward. Drive the knee out, align over foot. 2. Leaning too far forward. Keep chest lifted, core braced. 3. Foot placed too close or too far. Bounce lightly before starting to find your natural stance. 4. Rushing reps. Go slow, control is the goal. Golden rule. It's not how heavy you go. It's how honestly you move. Progression plan for men over 40. Start here, even if your knees hurt. Week 1 to 2, body weight only. Use a wall or stick for balance. 2 sets of 8 per side. Week 3 to 5, add light dumbbells. Focus on full range of motion. 3 sets of 10 per side. Week 6 plus, progress to deficit. Elevate front foot 2 to 4 inches. Use slow tempo, 3 seconds down, 1 second pause. Optional, pause reps or wear a weighted vest. Takeaway number 3, the Bulgarian split squat isn't just a test. It's a transformation. It doesn't look cool on Instagram. It doesn't get cheers at the gym, but it builds something most men over 40 desperately need. Discipline, resilience, balance in the body and in the mind. If you want legs that don't just look strong, but perform strong in real life, start here. And remember, don't train for applause. Train for control. Train for mastery. Train for the man you promised yourself you'd become. Final lesson, don't train legs to look good. Train them to stay free. Look, I get it. You're busy. You've got bills. You've got kids. A career. A back that doesn't feel the way it used to. You don't want to spend hours in the gym. And you don't care about having Instagram legs. But here's what I need you to understand, Sep. This isn't about looking good anymore. It's about staying free. Because freedom, when you strip it all down, isn't just about money. It's not about time. It's about being able to move, to stand, to climb, to lift, to run, to squat, to carry, to dance, without asking for help. It's about being the kind of man who can get off the floor without groaning, pick up his grandchild without wincing, hike a trail on vacation instead of watching from the bench, carry groceries in one hand and his pride in the other. Freedom is not losing a step to age. It's gaining wisdom with every rep. Your legs are not just limbs. They are your foundation. Aging isn't what breaks men. Inactivity is. Neglect is. Complacency is. Most men don't fall apart because of one bad accident. They fall apart slowly, over years of skipped leg days, over sedentary habits, over phrases like, "My knees aren't what they used to be. I don't have time. I'll get back to it next month." And then, they trip, they slip, they hesitate when they should have moved. And it costs them their confidence, their movement, their independence. Don't let that be your story. The truth no one tells you. You can't fake leg strength. You can't buy balance. You can't talk your way out of a bad fall. You either put in the work, or life will put you down. And the crazy part? It doesn't take much. Just 3 movements, done consistently. Reverse lunges, goblet squats, Bulgarian split squats. Each one a challenge. Each one a statement. Each one a promise to yourself that you will not go quietly into decline. My final challenge to you. Starting this week, I want you to do just this. Pick one of these exercises. Do 2 sets, just body weight. 3 times a week. That's it. Start there. Earn your freedom back. 1 rep at a time. And if you've made it this far into the video, I want you to comment below. I train for freedom. Say it. Claim it. Live it. Because one day, it won't be about how much you lifted. It'll be about whether you can still carry your own body through this world with confidence. Final words. So don't train legs to look good. Train them to stay free. Train them to live long. Train them to lead. Train them because this world needs more men who still walk tall, even when the weight of life tries to drag them down. And remember, you are not too old. You are not too broken. You are just one leg day away from a comeback. Let's go get it.